Trafford to Manchester City is all but done. McAtee to Forest denied by Pep, but he says, if we can get Palmer money for you, you can go. But until then, he's happy to keep him in the squad. Today's video, however, is about the crazy, stupid depth that we've got at Manchester City and whether it's going to be good for us or a hindrance. I think it will be a hindrance. I think there's too many players there. And if Pep, he came out yesterday and Pep said, I choose 11. They love me. The other 11 don't love me. Next week, I choose a different 11. The old 11 doesn't love me. To that extent, he says that to that extent. So what he's saying is he can't keep these players happy, so players need to leave. But what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at what sort of possible teams we've got. We've got not one, not two, but three teams, or 2.5. So take a look at this, right? This is the team that I think is our strongest possible team. Obviously, there's a couple that could come in and come out, and it could change. Oh, it will change. I'm not saying that's going to be the team. If I was to put a team together, that would be the team. Now, I'm not a manager, so that will not be the team. Pep is the manager. Pep will choose a completely different team. So this is just what I would do, right? So this is the in attacking form. So I reckon like a 2-2-5-1. Obviously Husanov has the pace there with just two centre backs being in that back line. Obviously a Rodri or a Reinders can jump backwards and can fill that line up a bit. But in attack, I think Husanov and Vardiol as the centre backs, Rodri and Reinders just ahead of them, and then the wing backs basically in line with Cherki, Foden and Marmoush, which basically gives us an overload, an overflow up the pitch, waiting for that ideal moment to put a ball through for Haaland, or Haaland to distract while a Marmoush, Foden or Cherki run on through. So that's just my feelings, that's just my thoughts, that's what I would do. Looking at the Club World Cup setup that we had, it was like a 6 up front. It was ridiculous. It was good, but obviously we went out again to familiar problems that we've all seen before. But that's just my thoughts. That's my feelings. What would you change with that team? I think that's what we'll do. I think that's what we'll do similarly, except maybe Husanov for Diaz and Trafford for Ederson. It all depends on what Pep thinks and if he's going to basically try and keep Ederson for longer than this one season that we're all expecting him to stay for. So that's team number 1. Now, look at team number 2. Look at this crazy depth. Now, this team is nowhere near as good as team 1, but it's not too shabby. It's not too shabby. So Ederson in goal. I haven't set the attacking lineup. I've basically just done this to show the sort of squad depth we've got. So Ederson in goal. Akanji, Diaz, Stones and Ake. And that would work. That backline would work. Savio, O'Reilly, Bernardo, Doku. That would work. That would 100% work. And then Echeverri and Bob up front. And again, that would work. Now, this isn't the best team. It's miles off being a best team. But that is a top 4 team. Okay, maybe a top 6 team. Maybe a top 6 team. That is a top 6 team. 100% that is a top 6 team. Granted, there's a bit of luck. Yeah, you need a bit of luck to get that to a top 6 team. But look at these players. You got some proven players, you got some veterans, you got some youngsters, but some very good youngsters. You got some players that want to break through, like your O'Reillys and your Echeverris. Your Dokus and Savios are a bit hit and miss, but still a very good team. Now, that is definitely what I've just shown you. 2 teams. That is 100% 2 Premier League teams that could scrap. And now let's get to the half team, the third team. And look at this. Still, if nobody goes, we've still got Ortega to come in and out of being in goal. Rico Lewis to be in midfield or right back. Vitor Heiss, I know that's not his picture. He wasn't on the lineup builder for some weird reason. Nico G. Now, I'm not saying Nico G is a third team player. I just tried to make the first and second team look a bit, polished. And I had to put Bernardo in there. He's going to be in the first team, but I had to put Bernardo in the second because he's a captain, so he's going to play quite a few minutes. Then we've got Gundogan, probably going to be doing his coaching, but still a player and still plausible as a player. Then we got Kovacic, McAtee, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, and then Grealish. None of these players have gone yet. None of these players are gone. So look at them teams, right? Now tell me, at least the first and second team that I've showed you could not compete. The first one for the league. Now, whether we win the league, that's another question. I think we will definitely compete with Liverpool. I think we'll be ahead of Arsenal and Chelsea. Not miles ahead. I don't think this is going to be a stroll by any means. I don't think it's going to be a stroll for Liverpool by any means. And let's not forget that Liverpool so far, Isaac and Rodrigo, they're hypotheticals. So really, they got Kirkes, Frimpong, Wirtz, Ekatike. So really, they haven't done a whole lot of changing with their team. What they've done is they've allowed themselves to drop Szoboszlai so they can bring Wirtz in. But apart from that, they've always had a striker. They've always had a capable right back. They've always had a capable left back. Granted, Robertson fell off a little bit, but they haven't really changed a whole lot at the minute. Now, Darwin Núñez, a bit hit and miss again. He was capable of scoring a banger, but obviously they want the polished article, that being Isaac, however you want to pronounce it. Ekatike, probably one for the future, probably coming in and out of games. He'll be decent, but he might play off of the left as well. But don't forget they got Gakpo there. Their striker that they were using last season instead of Darwin Núñez has just gone to Bayern Munich, Luis Diaz. But as far as the league goes, I think it will be City pool. I think it's going to be Manchester City versus Liverpool for the majority. Obviously, Arsenal will be there, Chelsea will be there. Whether they're going to compete with City and Liverpool, who knows? Don't forget, this is a big transitional period for Manchester City. Nothing is a given. We don't know how they're going to play together. We don't know, the little creases that Pep is going to have to iron out. And we don't know if Pep is going to start using his oldies again. If he starts playing Gundogan, Bernardo, Kovacic, it's not going to be good for us. If he plays Rico Lewis at right back, if he slips into that sort of system again, then it's just not going to be a fun season for us. It's not going to be a good season for us. But like I said, this team here, as far as excitability goes, I think that is the team I would like to see. Let me know in the comments what you'd like to see, what sort of team you'd like to see. But yeah, that's just my thoughts. Hit a like on the video. Let's try and get a 50. Subscribe. Hit that notification bell. The notification bell is quite important. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.